Here we go. Here we go. You ready, Podbean? Let's go. You there, Podbean? Woo! You might as well put your hands together. Come on in here. Yeah. Am I too loud on Podbean? Come on, talk to me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is going on today? Yeah, I'm ready today, y'all. I'm just gonna go and warn you now. I suggest that if you know any Cowboy fan that is ready for a dose of reality now, not what we want it to be, not what it could be, not what it might be. No, today we're gonna deal with what it is. That's what we're gonna do today. That's all I'm gonna do today. And let the chips fall where they may. That's all I'm gonna say. Let the chips fall where they may. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you do like it, good. I preface this by telling all of you now, before you start sharing, I'm asking that you go ahead and share. Listen, I'm prefacing it now by saying that beyond a shadow of a doubt, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. It ain't no doubt about that. Everybody know that about me. Everybody. Now, it ain't no question. That can't be taken away. All right? That can't be taken away. I am a Dallas Cowboy fan. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I am that. No doubt about that. And some of y'all ain't gonna like. Some of you ain't gonna like what I got to say. You're not gonna like what I got to say. You're not. You're not gonna like it, but you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. On that note, yeah, enter in if you want. Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen. Well, first of all, being heard live on Podbean, for sure, the home of the Big Time Show podcast, and being seen and heard live on the Spotlight Sports Network, first of all. And then we are being seen, of course, live on Facebook. You're not gonna like it, but you're gonna be all right. Got an echo, okay. Thank you. Let me try to fix that. Welcome. Let me try to fix that. Thank you, Shane, for telling me that. I am trying to fix that now. Let's see. Maybe that's because my mic is up too loud. Maybe so. Maybe that'll do it there. And we'll turn it down a little bit there. That probably is going to sound a little bit better. There you go. Thank you. It's Ty on Podbean. I see you, and thank you for hearing me down there. Okay. Hey, Andy Price. And the price. As a Washington fan, I got a beef with your Cowboys cheerleader investigation. If it's us, I'm the news, but the Cowboys no news. Well, Anthony, thank you, Redskin fan, for popping in. That is the difference, Anthony. Let me just say, you seem like a very intelligent person. That's called money, but Daniel Snyder, your owner, has money, but he does not have the pool that Jared Jones has. There's the difference. It's kind of like, and I'm going to what I want to talk about in a second. It's almost kind of like Deshaun Watson, who essentially did the same thing as Robert Kraft did, the owner of the Patriots. They both went to a massage parlor. They both got quote unquote services, if you let me say that, from the ladies that worked there. And Deshaun Watson lost a whole year. He can't play. Robert Kraft situation just got swept totally on the rug. Nothing happened. The man bought the tape, no court, no nothing, no suspension, no missing games. That's called money. That's what it's called, Anthony. So Jared Jones took care of the issue privately. It's really old news to Cowboys, to Cowboy land. And I'm just speaking of people in general. But to us, we just finding out about this stuff. But it's old news, already been fixed, and they've already kind of got with Rich, Dalrymple, and told him, hey, before this thing blow up, you might well just go ahead and retire, man. Just leave. Never to be heard of again. Just go ahead and leave. And that's what happened. That's the difference between Cowboy land and everybody else. I hope you get that. All right. Now, thank you, Anthony Price. Thank you. I don't know how you got to me, but hey, I appreciate you as a excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As a, what's y'all name now? Because good Lord. What's y'all, the Commandos? Is that what y'all name is now? Okay. As a Commando fan, I appreciate you popping in, Mr. Price. Hope you follow me if you can. If you won't, I would appreciate it. And even though it's hard for you to probably get with the Cowboys as it would be for me to get with your team, but I appreciate you popping in. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm trying to let people come in. Thank you, Joe, for sharing. Thank you, brother, all the way from Italy. Joe is checking me out. Joe, I'm gonna try to get you in bed on time, man. I know it's late in the morning over there, so or early in the morning at least. Let me go ahead and get you squared away and see what's going on. Joe says it's called the Dead Skins. No, we're gonna go and call them by the name, Joe. Hey, they I don't know what I don't know. They the football team one week. They the Commandos or the Commando. I don't know what they are. They got I don't even know. They the Redskins. I look. Whatever they are, they're in the league. So as of now, they're called the Washington Commandos. So we're going to celebrate the Washington Commandos and say we'll see them twice next year, and we're gonna try to beat y'all brains out again. It's just that simple. There's no question about it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm quite sure some more will come in, but listen. Oh, it's 10 p.m. over there. It's 10 p.m. in Italy right now. So, Joe, you all right. So I got a little time with you. Try to get you in bed over there at the right time. The Washington, oh my God, Tavis. Y'all see what Tavis said. Why he got his own name for him. There they are. I ain't gonna even repeat it. If you can read, there it is. Power Bean, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna repeat it. He called him something else, Ladies and gentlemen, let me get to what I'm saying. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I love y'all, brothers. Joe, Shane, Tavis, you on here, whoever else pop on here, I appreciate you guys. I always come and support me, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if I make y'all mad today. I don't, because this is my perspective. This is the way that I see it. You may see it differently, and who knows? Maybe in the comment section, you might change my mind. So just listen what I got to say. You can argue the point. You know how we do it. We all family here. We ain't gonna get mad at each other. It's just my perspective, okay? Boy, what a week it's been in Cowboy land. Let me start it off by saying that we are officially back now to being the Dallas Cowboys of old. What do I mean by that? High drama. That's us. That's the Cowboys I'm used to. This quiet off-season stuff that we've had essentially probably for about the last 2 seasons or so. That's not what I'm used to. And actually, it's so shocking that we don't have no issues. That it almost like, okay, you're just waiting on something to happen. But for probably the last 2 off seasons, nothing really has happened. So that's strange for the Dallas Cowboys, no doubt about that. But we went back, and we went back in a big way to high drama. Let me give y'all my perspective on things that you guys already know about. I just haven't had my say on it. I waited till today to go ahead and say what I want to say about it. Let me go ahead and say this. Hey, Blue Star Mafia. Exactly. As you can say. Let me start off by talking about Jerry Jones and this Rich Darren Rimple drama. Let me put it that way. Y'all know the story by now. Rich allegedly was taking pictures of women, and appreciate you, Marcus. What's up, brother? I see you, man. Thank you, Bluff City Cowboy. I didn't know. I got 2 guys. One guy for sure, my brother, Jerome McNeary. You guys don't know him yet. Let's Talk Football podcast. He's here in Memphis. But what I did not know that Marcus Jones, who is known as Bluff City Cowboy, and you guys need to follow him as well. He's right here in Memphis. So I got 2 other podcasters that people know. And I think that that could be used to our advantage. Marcus, I know you there. So I think we probably need to talk a little bit. Jerome, also, he already knows. He's done shows with me before. But us Memphis guys need to come together and see if we can make some magic here. All right, we'll talk about that. Now, Rich, he allegedly is taking pictures of women. I'm just really summing it up. Cheerleaders. The story came out that he was taking care of also of taking pictures of Charlotte Jones, of course, who is Jerry Jones' daughter. That's the allegations. Of course, Rich denies it all, as you would expect. And it's happened, years ago, 2015 and all that kind of stuff. And there's, as I said, the allegation of Jerry Jones and his daughter. However, the giveaway to me is that the man gave up his job. Rich Darren Ripple has been in that spot for years, 20, 30 years, almost 30 years now in that spot. You just don't give up a job like that. And I'm quite sure he's getting paid handsomely, or was getting paid handsomely to be essentially the cleanup man. The Cowboys would mess up. He would be the PR guy to kind of fix it, set the narrative in the media, and the organization would follow it. So one thing about it, when you talk about the Cowboys of the last 30, 35 years, Rich has had a real serious job. Can you imagine how many people, the cocaine guys, and we going all the way back to the 90s Cowboys now, where them guys were getting high, them guys were getting drunk, and DUIs and weed, and Lord knows Michael Irvin by himself was a handful, where we never heard it. Michael was not the only person, obviously on that team, but you just never heard it. That just shows you the power that Rich had. So he did his job well. It's ironic. Is the giveaway, as I said, was that he left his job. Now, in the court of public opinion, you probably are going to get some to say that's a sign of guilt, and that's just up to whatever. If you believe it, so be it. So be it. Whatever. I'm not going to judge or say anything. He could have done it. He may not have done it. Okay. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Now, here's the other thing. Another giveaway is if you didn't do nothing, then why pay? Cowboys paid over $2.4 million to undisclosed amount to people as a settlement. So you put those two clues together, and you just got to figure it out on your own. They paid $2.4 million, and then the man gave up his job, a job that he was very secure in, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It does sound strange. I think we can all agree on that. Whether he did it or not, it sounds strange. It does. It does sound strange. Yeah, and I believe that I got a problem with Jerry Jones. If it is, keyword if it is true, I don't see why the man didn't lose his job a long time ago. Because Jerry, my God, if he taking pictures of your daughter, unless they got something going on, but if he's taking a picture of your daughter and you know it, why do you keep him? Which leads to another question. And here's my answer to that. The reason why you keep him is because Rich got so much dirt on everybody. You remember Jerry Jones himself was caught in the bathroom with a young lady himself. Remember that? Y'all remember that picture? Y'all don't forgot that, right? Rich had to, kind of get that thing in order. There's so much dirt that he knows that they can't do nothing to Rich. I'm just saying. They can't do nothing to Rich. Rich could write 3 books, probably. Rich could write 3 books. And who's going to argue it? You know what I'm saying? Who is going to argue this thing? Rich got so much dirt on the Jones family over the years that it's unbelievable. It really is. Hey, Coach Simmons is here. Hey, my brother's here. Coach Dennis Simmons, assistant coach of the USC Trojans. You guys may remember he was on my show almost close to a year ago. But he's on the show, and I appreciate you, Coach, for hanging with me for a minute. Thank you. He got too much dirt on him, and they can't do nothing to him. So I'm quite sure, even if he did do something, this just speculation. I'm trying to stay away from speculation, but it's really common sense. If a person got a whole bunch of dirt on you, you can't do. It's almost like a backwards way of blackmail. Like, okay, you fire me if you want. I guarantee you I'm going to be on the bestsellers list once this book come out. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want that stuff to come out. Rich knew where all the bones lie. He know where all the bones are buried. Shoot, he the part of the reason why they buried. He did it. And so I'm quite sure they let him go. I believe Rich can do anything with the Cowboys that he want to. I believe he can call and say, hey, I need $30,000 now. They're going to hurry up and get the check to him. I believe that. That's just me now. You can argue it all you want, but I just believe that he has that type of pull because of what he knows. And I just don't think that he just walked away. I believe they all came to the conclusion, look, just to keep the fire off us and to keep this story from developing even more, it's probably best that you go ahead and just leave. And I'm quite sure they agreed upon. Now, since then, the NFL has said there will not be an investigation into this matter. There will not be in the investigation. So guess what? Everything really swept under the rug. It's over. The man gone. That's it. But that's not a good look for our organization. Y'all got to admit that. It's not a good look at all. The question will be there. It'll fade off. But the question is that it's still going to be there. And it's sad that we get to that. Now, that's part of it. That's front office stuff. Now we get to Coach Mike McCarthy. Stuff that I'm quite sure all of you guys have heard. You heard the Rich Eisen interview. You heard what he said. Yeah, by now you already. Yeah, exactly, Terry. That's what I was saying. It's not he knew too much. He knows, like present tense. He knows too much. He saved this organization. He's probably saved Jerry on some stuff. He's probably saved Steven. Lord knows he saved players. Good God. Everybody know about. Here's a interesting question if you just want to throw it up before I move to Coach McCarthy. Everybody's knows Randy Gregory, and I'm using him just for an example. Everybody knows the stuff that's been put in the media about him when he was having his problems. I almost want to say, okay, what about the stuff we didn't hear about? How about that one? What about what about the stuff that we didn't hear? Nate Newton said it in his stuff on I forgot the name of the show that they do on 103.5, the Fan plus the live blog show that they do. Nate said, that he had a situation and the first person he called was Rich. If it's one phone number that every player got, it's Rich. That call, he's on call 24/7. And when you dealing with the Cowboys of the 90s and some of these young kids that we have now, I'm quite sure he got some early morning calls. And he swept that stuff under the rug. I'm quite sure Rich got connections in the police department. I wouldn't be surprised they got judges. Look, we talking about a billionaire, Jerry Jones. You see what I'm saying? Shane says, yeah, hanging with the boys. Exactly, Terry. Thank you. Shane says, the question I have is this happened in 2016. Why now are the cheerleaders coming forward, and why did the Cowboys keep him employed if they knew about it? Well, I think my suspicion is, Shane, is that they kept him employed because really they had no choice. This man got so much dirt on the Cowboys. It's God, come on now. That's why I say it's almost kind of like a backwards door of blackmail. Like, you fire me, but I got to make some money somewhere, and somebody gonna want to read my book about my time in Dallas. So they don't want that. They don't want that now, because that will open up a whole nother investigation by itself. And then your first question, why now are the cheerleaders coming forward? Well, that could be double fold. Let me say it again. If, let me say it again, if the allegations are true, then obviously, they already got paid. And they already got paid. Now, I don't know what the statute of limitations are in a situation like this, but if there's a chance that they can get paid some more, wouldn't you do it? Come on now. That could be that part. The second part is that if they've already gotten paid, then you ain't scared to talk. You're not scared to talk. The man already lost his job. You won't hear from Rich in a long time. I'm quite sure some reporters know where he lives, and and they probably knocking on the door, but Rich ain't answering no questions no more. So they feel like they could feel like they're free to talk now and tell them what happened. You get that all the time when people have been assaulted or violated in any kind of way. Some people don't tell it right then. They'll wait a whole year, whole 2 years, and then they'll come out with it and go and say what they have to say. It's kind of like, I hate to use example, but look at the Bill Cosby situation. I mean, we talking about stuff that happened 40 years ago, and people finally get the urge to come out and talk. We all saw what happened to Bill Cosby. So I'm just saying, some people are literally scared sometimes to talk. Some of those ladies probably knew that if you come against Rich, you coming against Jerry Jones. I mean, I can go all day with how many different ways you can look at it, and you're gonna lose to Jerry Jones. You can't battle with him. It's too much money. It's too much money. He got the power of the NFL behind him. He got the power of probably, he got too many connections. It is what it is. That's what billionaires do. So you can go. I mean, I come up with 5 or 6 other scenarios, Shane, but I think that's what's going on. It's just that they swept it on the rug best as they could. They did it, and then the NFL validated it by saying, "Look, we're not going to investigate anything." So really, it's a dead issue. It really is. What's up, Gary? What's going on, brother? I see you done popped in. What's going on, my brother Gary in the house? God bless you and your family, man. Praying for you and your family. Now, Coach McCarthy. It's going to get hot in here now. I'm sorry if y'all don't like me after this, but I'm just going to give it to you the way I feel it. All right. Coach McCarthy, who essentially exposed the Cowboys. That's what he did. Key statements that he made. By now, everybody's heard the interview with him and Rich Eisen. Everybody. What's up, Coach? I see you. Coach Breed Love in the house. Thank you for popping in, brother. You heard what he said. Here's the key things that I took from it. I don't need much. It's stuff that we've already kind of talked about over the years. It's really essentially this. Jerry Jones is in the way. And because he's in the way, we are not getting where we need to be. It's just that simple. Mike McCarthy said this. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. That's good Lord. You ain't been here but a year. You ain't been here but a year and a half. And you saying, he said, "Hey man, hey Mike, I see you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You're saying I ain't never seen this before. I look. I played with 2 of the premier organizations that the NFL has to offer. I played with 2, essentially. I ain't gonna say cornerstone, but I think the Cowboys have all kind of elevated themselves to being like a cornerstone organization, even though they had, not in the original, the Bears, Packers, and all that kind of stuff, Chiefs and all that. But the Cowboys essentially really are a cornerstone organization of this league, and have been that way for a long time. Well, look, this man who's won the Super Bowl, this man who ain't really been here but a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years, have said, "Look, I'm about winning." That's what he said in the interview. Now, there are other factors involved, but you want to put the emphasis on me. I'm about winning. Well, the implication obviously is if you're saying you're about winning, but what are you trying to imply? I guess you're trying to imply that then everybody else may not be about winning. It's other stuff involved, stuff that we already know. We've talked about it like that. But for a coach to get on the radio or live, whatever Rich Eisen show is, I believe he satellite radio, everything else. But for him to put that out there, knowing what that type of statement would do, what it lets me know is we ain't on the same page. And our team is just about quiet as it's kept, y'all. I don't know who else done said, but I'm going to go ahead and say that we are a divided organization. We are. Jerry messed it up, starting off with his mouth stating, of course, saying stuff that usually an owner would not say at all with his team there. This is what he said, if you remember. When he was asked about Coach McCarthy and being the coach, he said, well, I'm sure that Coach McCarthy knows that he won't be the Dallas Cowboy coach forever. You don't say no stuff like that. You don't say nothing like that. Because here come a reporter. A reporter will come and then ask the coach. Okay? He will ask the coach. You're absolutely right, Karan. We kept Jason Garrett. You're absolutely right. You're asking once Jerry said that, common sense would tell you that a reporter will ask the coach then about those statements. Now, what shocked everybody is that Coach McCarthy didn't do the world famous corporate answer. And the corporate answer would have been to agree with what Jerry said. If he would have said, well, you're right. I'm not going to be the coach. Either I'm going to die or another opportunity may come or, I may get fired. Jerry's right on there. He didn't say that though. See, if he would have said that, then we wouldn't have got what we got. Now, instead, his answer was when Rich Eisen asked him the question, y'all remember, immediately, this is what Coach McCarthy said. He said, what are your feelings about Jerry saying that about that you may not be the coach for a while? You may not be a coach. He immediately said this. Hey, what's up, Keith? He said, do we have an hour? That was a sarcastic answer. You already knew what time. That's the wrong answer. And then he goes on to say that I ain't never seen this before. And when he said about Dan Quinn, look, we just here trying to win ball game. That's what we're here to do. We ain't never seen nothing like this before. We ain't never been tied up to an organization like this. We ain't never been seeing no structure like this. We ain't never seen an owner, want to be in the spotlight all the time. We ain't never done that. I'm here to win. I'm here. It's just about winning to me. It's just about winning to me. Well, the implication is, okay, what is the Jerry then? Because you're implying that it's more than winning. So what I'm trying to draw the picture. See, we got to stop. We got to stop as Cowboy fans and stop trying to make it something else than what it really actually is. What it is dysfunction. And anybody else trying to massage it and trying to make it seem like it don't exist, you're crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm just calling it like it is. So the picture is this. We got it. The Cowboys are divided from the top all the way now to the coaching staff. You got a coach as an offensive coordinator that I'm not sure that everybody on the head coach, I'm not sure that everybody's 100% sold on Kellen Moore. Just like y'all know I ain't. So I ain't no sense be lying about it. I'm not. So I don't think really Mike McCarthy really sold on Kellen Moore. If you ask me, I really believe that Mike McCarthy wanted Kellen Moore to leave. So if he goes down, as everybody's saying, he's a lame duck coach. Because everybody think this is going to be his last year. And everybody thinks Sean Payton is coming to Dallas. Everybody thinking that. So he's a lame duck coach. So if he was going to be a lame duck coach, what he wanted was for him to run the offense. At least if he going to go down, let him go down swinging his way. Not put his future in the hands of Kellen Moore. That's what I've been saying all the time. So we got, it's not everybody not on the same page in the front office. Now, Steven and Jerry are. I don't. You know what? Let me take that back. Sometimes I know Stephen Jones got to be saying this, but when his dad talk, when Jerry Jones talk, Stephen Jones sometimes got to be doing this right here. Like, oh my God, Lord, oh Dad, why you say that? I'm sorry, he don't even call him Dad. Oh Jerry, why you say that? Oh my God. Now I got to figure out a way how I'm gonna make this right. You know, good God. Rich, where you at? Oh, Rich gone now. So, oh God, it's on me. I got to. Oh, Dad. Oh God. Jeez, why you say that like that? He got to be saying that. Okay? He got to be saying that. He got to be saying it. Because I guarantee you, Steven, I give Steven credit for that. He wouldn't have said what Jerry said. He wouldn't have. He may have thought about it, but he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say it. So we divided in the front office area, at least. Well, let me put it this way. We're divided from the front office to the coaching staff. You got to be. Mike McCarthy wouldn't have said all that if he wasn't on if he was on the same page. He wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't have said it. He wouldn't even answered the question that Rich Eisen had. He wouldn't have done it. So we're divided, dysfunction up in the front office. Now we got dysfunction on the coaching staff with the front office on a coaching staff that I'm not sure everybody is 100% on. I don't think. Look, I'm not sold that everybody want Kellen Moore there. Jerry and Steven may, and really that's all that matter. They wanted him back, but I'm not sure McCarthy really wanted him back. And he the head coach. So we got that part. I'm gonna open up the phone lines in a minute because y'all, I'm gonna open it up today because I'm quite sure some of y'all like squirming in your seat because you gotta start calling stuff like it is. If it's a blue sky, it ain't black. You understand? If it walk like a duck and it talk like a duck, it's not a mongoose. It is what it is. The Cowboys have went to another level of dysfunction. We are going. It can't. I'm gonna ask one question at the end. All right. Oh, okay. He said, well, Shane, who's been a Cowboy for a long time, he said Shane the command has been screwed up since Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. You don't give the OC more power than the head coach. Exactly. So this is not the first rodeo for. Let me put Shane's comment up so y'all can see that. If you remember that, you got to remember what they did with Jason Garrett with Wade Phillips was there. Great point, Shane. Y'all remember when they called Jason Garrett the head coach in waiting? What? Well, excuse me, Wade Phillips right there. I mean, hey, great defensive mind. I mean, and paid him. If I'm not mistaken, Shane, didn't they pay Jason Garrett more than what they paid Wade Phillips? That just shows the dysfunction. I'm serious. It shows the craziness of how you keep mess alive. And it's messy now. Because really, Mike McCarthy just answered the question. Truthfully. Honestly. That's all he did. He just answered. Now I'm quite sure Jerry and Steven were like this. Oh my God. Why Mike? Why Mike? Why you say that? Mike McCarthy like this. Oh my God, Jerry, why did you say that? Why you just make me a lame duck coach on national radio? Why you, man? I got to answer this question. God help me. Why you, Steven and Jerry like this? God, man, how we gonna have this meet with Mike next week? What are we gonna say? I mean, good God. I mean, it's just messed up, y'all. It's messed up. It is. It's messed up. Which leads to this question. Well, it leads to this statement. I've never seen an organization win when the front office and the head coach and the coaching staff is in, in two different planets. I ain't never seen it before. I ain't never seen nobody win like that. I haven't seen it. When you bring tension and see what Mike McCarthy said, and Jerry, but especially Mike McCarthy. See, you can't fix that up. You see what I'm saying? it's kind of like, and please, y'all, don't get political on me. I'm just using this as an example because I'm not trying to make it this, but it reminds me so much of when President Trump was in office. And President Trump would say some stuff that just like, oh my God, why you say that? And then the very next day, Fox News and most Republicans would come and rally together and try to say, well, this is what he meant to say. And they put their own spin on it and trying to cover for him when really he said what he really meant. But now you go on and say, no, that's not what he really meant. This is, this is what he meant. This is what he said. We said, and with the Cowboys, what Coach McCarthy said, what Jerry said, you can't fix it up. It is what it is. It's black and white. It's plain. It's no gray area. Coach McCarthy said, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I ain't never been involved in an organization like this. You can't dress that up. Jerry says, he knows one day he ain't gonna be the coach of the Cowboys. He know he's not gonna be the coach. You can't dress that up. It is what it is. And what it is, whether y'all want to admit it or not, and whoever's watching this and listening to this on the replay or later on, wherever platform you listen to me from, it is dysfunction. Call it what it is. I'm still a Cowboy fan. I love them. Love them all my heart. Love the Dallas Cowboys. Always will. Never turning in my colors. But our team is messed up, y'all. It's been exposed now. I haven't never seen a team win like that. So now it goes back to what I've always said, and it's becoming even more true. We are going to have so much talent that the talent is going to have to override the bad front management decisions, the bad coaching decisions. That's where we are. And I'm not sure we got that no more. We got to see how everything shake out with all this free agency and drafting and all that. Then I'll be able to say, okay, we got enough depth, we got enough talent. We should be able to make a move now. That's what I'm saying. Because the front office, this is really proving to me. I told y'all, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not sure if Coach McCarthy is going to make it out of the year this year. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. That's why he praised Dan Quinn so much. What's going on, Big Play Slay? Look, I'm telling you, if the Cowboys get off next season to a slow start, now y'all guys can define what a slow start is. If I'm saying you 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. Let's flip it. If you 1-2, 3-4, look, and we're playing a first place schedule next year. So look, if they got to come out the gates blazing, because any type of drama, that seat that Mike McCarthy is going to get real hot. And he's already convinced that Dan Quinn can get the job done. That's why he praised him after he paid him. Got the extension. He really feels like, okay, we already got one head coach. He can fill in. The players love him. We can go and get rid of McCarthy. And common sense, y'all. Common sense. We all should know by now. Jerry Jones don't like nobody to stand up to him. Nobody. The coaches that did stand up to him got fired. Jimmy Johnson won 2 straight Super Bowls. His reward, he got fired. What else do a coach supposed to do? You won 2 straight Super Bowls. 2 straight. Coming into the season, getting ready to come into the season, defending 2-time Super Bowl champions, going for number 3 in a row. What's the reward? Go on, get out of here, man. Go on, pack your bags. Get on out of here. Bill Parcells, another Hall of Fame coach. Great coach. Great coach. Stood up to Jerry, got in the meeting and said, look, I got, didn't want T.O., made it plain. Matter of fact, he never called him by his name. He called him the player. That's a slap to Jerry because Jerry wanted Jerry Jones. Wanted T.O. That's a slap to the face. Slap it to his face. What Bill Parcells do? Gotta go. Y'all see what I'm saying? Jerry wants some yes sir men. Yes, Jerry wants some guy that's gonna say yes sir. Everything. Do you have a wife? Yes sir. Yes sir, Mr. Jones. Is your wife got hair on the arms? Yes sir, Mr. Jones. Yes sir. Yes sir. You ain't gonna say that's not your business. You go, yes sir. Do you? You want a bunch of yes sir guys? Yes sir, boss. No pulling. What's up, Coach? I see you, Coach Dante. That's what Jerry Jones want. That's what he want. And if you like that, you can keep your job 10 years like Jason Garrett. Just shake your head, clap your hands. Just yes sir, Mr. Jones. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Will you jump off a bridge for me? Yes sir, Mr. Jones. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, Mr. Jones. When yes sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. That's what he is. That's what he wants. So that lets you know, since we know the history, please understand that Mike McCarthy just put himself in violation for that Rich Eisen interview. That's a slap to the face of Jerry Jones. When Coach McCarthy said, look, I don't know what's going on. Look, I'm about winning. I don't know what else. What else do you want? What else? I don't know what else going on, but I'm about winning. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. You might as well just go and start packing your bags right then. You might as well just start it. When he said, when Coach, and look, don't get me wrong, I applaud Coach McCarthy for just saying the truth and stepping up for himself. I ain't got no problem with that. If it's the truth, it's just the truth. However, when he said that based off of who Jerry Jones is, and we all know how Jerry is, once he said, look, I don't know, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. When he said that, he should have just started packing his office up right then. Because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, y'all. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach McCarthy don't make the whole season next year. I wouldn't. Because see, Jerry gonna remember all this. He ain't gonna say nothing now. Somebody gonna ask him the question and he gonna push it out. But Jerry Jones is one of those type of guys that kind of, you can tell he kind of hold grudges. He don't like being stood up to. He just don't. That man is almost 80 years old. He's set in his ways. He used to telling people to go somewhere and they go. He used to tell them pointing somewhere and they go. And he used to being the top-notch boss everywhere. He used to people saying yes, sir, to him and never challenging him. That's just him. That's him. He's been in that position for God knows how long. 40, 50 years. He ain't just become a billionaire. He been rich a long time. Guys like that are powerful, and they don't like nobody with power or with or any type of challenging to come to them. So all those guys got fired before. Now, what do you think gonna be the difference between Mike McCarthy and him? Please don't say a Super Bowl, because Jimmy Johnson won 2 straight and he fired him. So good Lord. So we ain't gonna even say that. See what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna make the whole year, y'all. I'm not. I hope he do, because that'll bring even more drama to Dallas and dysfunction and all that kind of stuff. I feel Dan Quinn can do the job and step right in. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just saying I see drama coming if the Cowboys get a slow start, because Jerry is going to remember this. Jerry Jones is going to remember that interview. Huh? I'm serious. I really believe that. I believe he's gonna hold that. And Jared, is the type that hold grudges. He does. Y'all gotta call it like it is, okay? So I with dysfunctional. Watch the organization now. Watch the organization. We're dysfunctional in the management. Then we're dysfunctional in the coaching staff. And then to top it off, before I open up the phone lines, third one, we're dysfunctional with our quarterback. And this way y'all finna get mad. But I don't care. Well, I care because I like y'all, but it is what it is. Y'all heard the report. It just came out 2 days ago. So now all of a sudden, Dak Prescott believes the team ought to come to him. Dak Prescott believes the team ought to come to him for personnel decisions and decisions about the team. He believes that he has a voice. He believes he should have a voice. He believes he should have a voice when it comes to free agents coming. He believes he should have a voice on who to keep and who not to keep. He believes he should be acknowledged in all personnel decisions. Your quarterback, Dak Prescott. Yeah. Smoke, I see you in here. Look like you came in at the right time. I see you Saturday night smoke on Podbean. Your quarterback. That's where we are now. Let me go start the fire. Let me go start the fire by saying this. You're not Aaron Rodgers. Right then and there. I'm about to lose some people. Because I know you Dak lovers. I'm with Dak myself. But see, there are levels to this thing. There are levels. You're not Tom Brady. Yeah. I know it hurt y'all. See, I'm calling like it is. I know you don't like it. I know. I get it. Because, Dak can't do no wrong in some of y'all eyes. You're not Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. See, those guys dictate what go on in the organization. You know why? Because the organization knows how incredibly valuable they really are. And then some of you would say that, we know what Dak without Dak on this team, we know where we are without Dak. I would 100% agree with you on that. See, in order to get that type of seat at the table, and Dak said, I mean, story, I hope that they would ask me. I hope they would ask me, In order to get that type of seat, you gotta have some on your resume. I'm sorry. So y'all getting mad. I get it. I know. I'm just telling you. In order to, there are different levels to quarterbacks. See, Kirk Cousins can't say nothing to Minnesota. Only thing you can do is just practice and get ready for the season. Jared Goff can't say nothing in Detroit, even though he was the number one pick. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing. There are only a few guys in this league that you probably gonna have to, if you want to go basketball, you're not LeBron James. LeBron James says what he want. LeBron James could go to front office and say this coach ain't working. I guarantee you the coach gonna be out the door because LeBron James earned that seat. I ain't asking you, do you like LeBron, but it's just the truth. The organization caters to superstars. They do. Dak ain't on that level. Sorry. I'm sorry. Dak ain't on that. Look, Jerry Jones hadn't asked Troy Aikman what he want, what he need. He didn't ask Troy Aikman that. Come on, y'all. Where in the world you think you gonna ask Dak Prescott? Come on now. Look, Tony Romo, his beloved son, he didn't have that type of pool. He didn't. Tony Romo didn't have that type of pool. Tony Romo didn't have that type of pull. Now, what in the world you think Dak think he got that cap? What to even insinuate? Huh? Kermit says, I think Dak knows what he feels like to have a wide receiver by committee, and he doesn't want to lose his weapons. I would agree with you 100% on that, Kermit, but he didn't specify that. See, you and if I said that, we would be assuming that he's talking about wide receivers. No, he just said the organization. So I'm just gonna take him for what he's saying. Like if they want a free agent, hey Dak, what you feel about adding this left guard to this team? What you feel about that? What? What? He ain't earned the right for that. He ain't on that level. I'm sorry. You're not on that level. And to even insinuate it is just what? What have you done? See, to get that type of stature, you would have to have done something. And the resume, and this is where y'all finna lose it right now. What's on Dak's resume? I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't supposed to get paid. I'm for him getting paid. I'm for him. Look, I'm for Dak. I like it. I'm glad Jordan signed him to the shoe deal. I'm happy. I'm 100% for him getting all the money that he should. He is valuable to this organization, no doubt about that. We found that out when he got hurt. I'm not taking nothing from Dak. I think he's a pretty. He's definitely not no raggedy quarterback. He's in the top 10 maybe quarterback, inside the top 10. I mean, there's only 32 of them. He's top 10. That means he's one of the better ones. No doubt about that. But when you start saying stuff like this, or even leaving it out there to wonder that you are saying stuff like this, Lord have mercy. You put yourself, okay, you want to be judged on that level? Okay, here's the first question then. What have you done? Since you want to be on that level, because there ain't number a couple quarterbacks got that type of pool. Brady, Rodgers. That's it. And that's the level you think. See, they asked Aaron Rodgers about the personnel. They asked him. They asked Brady. I mean, Brady tell them who to go sign. It was Brady that said, go sign Antonio Brown. I know he's trouble. Go sign him. I need him. Go pull Gronk out of retirement. I know he ain't played in the whole year two. Go get Gronk. I need him. What they do? They go sign him. They go sign him. That's the kind of pull Brady got. Dak Prescott ain't got that kind of pull. Y'all mad, but I'm telling the truth. For him to even insinuate that is even crazy. So since he think he's supposed to have a seat at the table, since he think they supposed to have him on speed dial, huh? Since he got to be involved now, since he insinuated he's supposed to be in personnel decisions, like he LeBron James or somebody. Let me go in and ask him, since he on that level, let me ask him on that level standards. What have you done to even have a seat at the table? What have you done? And the answer to that, as bad as y'all don't want to admit it, the answer to that question is you have done nothing. I won the NFC East. Okay. All right. I made the Pro Bowl by default because nobody else didn't want to go. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Dak, the Pro Bowls Dak made was all by default. Somebody didn't want to go. He was an alternate. Hello. Coach Breedlove said he should have that kind of pull since he get blamed for everything, then he can be blamed. I mean, I understand. I see you, Coach. I'm gonna let this is, of course, in my perspective. It ain't, I could be wrong, you could be right, and whatever. I'm just saying it's only a couple quarterbacks that have that type or have had that type of pull. And Dak Prescott has not done enough to even think. I don't care if he get paid $95 million last year. I don't care. The resume don't show that he's supposed to have that type of stature. He don't. Now let me flip it a little bit. Now, in Kermit's case, when Kermit said earlier about if it's about the wide receiver position and his, he's running the offense, I agree. I kind of agree that he should be, somewhat talk to about that. Like, I think Dak ought to send a text message if he ain't been consulted. Like, if Jerry's really debating on cutting Amari Cooper and Dak feel like he want him, I don't see no problem with Dak knocking on the door and say, hey, I really would like to keep, I really would like to have Amari here. He makes the team better. I don't have no problem with that at all. If that's what he's talking about, that ain't what he said, though. He said organizational decisions. That's what he said. And that's a total different level. That's a total different level. And you got many Cowboy fans who are divided on this little issue because some folks will say, okay, Dak has earned the right. He's been here 6-7 years. He's earned the right to have some input. Then you get some people on the other side of the track say he ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing. That's what and when it comes to Dak Prescott, I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody's been on a different page when it comes to Dak anyway. And that's for a whole bunch of reasons. And I'll be all day talking about that. But when it comes to Dak, it's always been divided. He just added another chapter to it with his statement. Yeah. Coach Breedlove says, if I put my guys on the field and fail, I have no stance. I'll say this: he did win 12 games, so he won 12 games last year. That's pretty good. Coach Breedlove said no player should have a say in the organization matters. They are employees. Yeah, but it's a whole different level though, Coach, when you get one of those type of superstars where essentially they almost overshadow the organization. No, it don't supposed to be like that. But a person like Aaron Rodgers don't grow on trees. He's just a different type of dude. His greatness is greatness. Tom Brady's don't grow on trees. And when you win as much as Brady has won, you're going to listen to what he has to say. You're going to listen. He's earned the seat at the table. You may not go to what he says, but his input is valuable because he knows why. He knows how to win. And you can't really argue with it because he rebuilt Tampa Bay. And when he rebuilt them, that first year he won. So it's kind of hard to argue, with a man that has won, know how to win, know what to do to win, and then he go out and do it. It's rare. No, you don't supposed to turn the keys over to that one person and let them dictate. It's kind of like LeBron. And I don't mean to make it a Laker thing, but it's the common sense. LeBron has built every roster from Miami all the way up into now, and now you get to the point now Well, organization is going to have to stand up eventually and going to have to turn this thing around before you drive it to the dirt. Like, you put an old team together. It was LeBron that wanted Westbrook. The Lakers wasn't necessarily saying we want Westbrook. It was LeBron that wanted Westbrook. They went in and signed him. It was LeBron that wanted Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis in LA. It was LeBron that wanted him. Now it's to the point where Anthony Davis can't stay on the court at all. You're going to have to make a decision as an organization like, okay, we need to do something to make sure that we stay liable and relevant for the next 10 years or so after this. I've already said, if y'all follow me, because y'all know I'm a Laker fan, I said it like this: forget LeBron feelings. It's time to trade Anthony Davis. You're going to get a ton from him. He never stays on the court. He stays hurt too much. Yeah, he a top 5 talent, but that don't mean he's a top 5 player. He could do things that other people can't do, but he can't stay on the field. And LeBron is getting ready is on the downside of his career. Maybe 2 more years, maybe 2 to 3 more years, maybe, if he keep himself in great shape and barring injury. Okay, what you gonna do after all this is over with? It's time to make a move so you can get some relevant guys in so you can play for the next 6, 7 years and stay relevant. So you need to stand up to LeBron. Like, okay, you done had it your way the last 10, 12 years. It's our turn now. Same thing need to go on. If Brady would have played again this year, the Tampa was going to have to do something. Like, okay, we did it your way, but you do realize this organization has to run when you retire in about another year. So we got to do what we got to do. It come a time when you have to do that. And what I'm saying is LeBron, Brady, Rodgers, who dictate what the Green Bay Packers do, right now he got the Green Bay Packer organization in his hand. Aaron Rodgers got the whole Green Bay organization in his hand. They don't know what they fit to do. They don't know if he's coming back, and if they got coming back, if he's not coming back, they got to essentially start all over again. They got to draft well, but if he does come back, now you got to put the franchise tag on Adams, Devontae Adams. If Aaron Rodgers leave, they're gonna let Adams go, save that money because he dictates the organization. He does. He does. Dak Prescott ain't on that level yet. He not. Jerry Jones is the type man to say, "Who knocking it?" We trying to have a discussion about personnel, and all of a sudden a knock happened, and Dak come in, Dak at the door. Jerry look at the door like this, like, yes, huh? Excuse me. Well, we want to. I just want to have something to say about that. Email me. I'm just saying, baby. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Jerry don't let nobody tell you. I mean, if it was a different organization, I say it. But Jerry don't listen to nobody, man. The only person he listens to is maybe Will McClay. Now he listened to Dan Quinn last year because Dan Quinn kind of said, "Okay, these guys, I need Javon Curse. I need Neil. I need Keanu Neal, and I need KZ. I need them. They'll help me out. Okay, we're gonna sign them, Dan. Okay, we trust you on that. It's very rare. Yeah, Packers situation is different since it is owned by the people, not the individual. Yeah, exactly, Coach Breedlove, exactly. But even if it was by the owners, the Aaron Rodgers dictate that organization. The people don't dictate the Green Bay Packers. The general manager, whoever he is, or the president of the Packers, they don't do that. Aaron Rodgers had that whole organization in the palm of his hand. He do. If the guys pick our favorite, no stand, no look at the set. Oh, no question, Terry. No question. That's what I said earlier about Jerry. And that's why I just looked at it and just said, okay, Jerry didn't want to listen to what Jimmy Johnson had to say. Come on, y'all. Jared didn't want to listen to what Bill Parcells had to say. Jared didn't want to listen to nobody but his son, maybe Will McClay. And Jared would dictate everything. So that's why I'm saying if those guys can't say about personnel, what in the world y'all think Dak Prescott really is gonna bring to the table to Jared Jones? Come on, y'all. No. So I had a problem with that. I did. Ain't no sense in me lying about it. I had a problem with it. I was like, no, you didn't say that, Dak. No, you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that now. You didn't say that. You didn't leave it wide open for people to insinuate and say that. No, you didn't. But he did. So you got to just since you want to sit in that type of seat, these are the standards that come with that type of seat. And those are standards that you ain't quite climbed yet. You ain't climbed that. Somebody's gonna say, well, Aaron Rodgers ain't won but one. Yeah, he won one, but you know, the man just won the second MVP award in a row. You got 4 total. You know, you got to have some on your resume. Coach Bree loves say, Coach Bree loves say Dak is showing leadership traits. Well, you got to have more than leadership traits to sit in that seat. It's just the truth. You gotta have some on your resume. Dak has always shown leadership. I mean, that's where he look. I've always said it. When it comes to leadership quality, when it comes to being a leader of men, when it comes to off-season type stuff and motivation for the team, Dak Prescott gets an A+. Guys want to play with him. Guys want to play essentially for him. I give him that. But it's between the white lines where stuff kind of starts slipping off. That's how everybody's talking about Dak anyway. They've always said he's this and that, and all those traits go pretty much off the field, and or that is his game that people start saying, well, his game don't match all the other intangibles that he has. And your game got to match your intangibles when you want to sit in that seat as if you are that incredibly, that valuable where the team or the organization will say, listen, before we make a move, let's talk to Dak. See, when the Lakers and the old Lakers happened, please understand that even though Pat Riley was the coach, please understand Magic Johnson was consulted. Please understand that when Kobe Bryant was there, please understand, even though the Lakers, when they won or even when they were mediocre, please understand they ran it by Kobe. They did. They ain't running by Paul Gasol. You see what I'm saying? They ain't running by them. They ain't running by them. Now watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Now let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. There will come a time where the Cowboys will begin to add people on defense. On defense. I'm talking, 3, 4, 5 years from now. Watch this. They will ask Michael Parsons. Y'all see the difference. Y'all see the difference. Yeah. Because see, by then, we all know unless Michael retires or he gets hurt, Michael Parsons is going to be a all-pro every year. Michael Parsons is going to be a Pro Bowler. Michael Parsons possibly going to win a Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Parsons may be recognized as the best defender in the league. He's going to be that type of dude. It's kind of like Baltimore with Ray Lewis in there. Please understand that they asked Ray Lewis about guys coming to the team. They did. They asked Ray Lewis. They did. Y'all know that. when Peyton Manning was in Indianapolis. Please understand. Please understand. they asked Peyton Manning. Because we talking about guys who belong in that type of seat. That you need to consult these guys. Dak Prescott ain't on that level. Yeah, y'all know that. I know y'all love Dak. Y'all know he not. Come on now. And that ain't taking away saying he's not good or he's not bad, but that he's not on that level. He's just not. He's not. He's not. They didn't ask Romo. They didn't ask Romo, and Romo carried this franchise. And I ain't talking about winning and all that. I'm just saying if he wasn't on the team, the Cowboys won 3-4 games every year. If Romo, all them years, we was 8-8. If Romo wouldn't have been on that team, you and I know that this team would have only won at four games, 3 games a year if it weren't for Romo. It's just the truth. But they asked Romo nothing. Shoot, let's go on carry it a step further. We got an all Hall of Fame, all Cowboy legend at tight end and Jason Witten. They asked Jason Witten nothing. And he had enough on his resume to sit at the table to say, hey, let me, I'm Mr. Cowboy. So can I just, they asked Jason Witten nothing? They didn't ask look, y'all, okay, I'm finna really make y'all mad. I'm finna make you mad now. Look, when I say this, now, they ain't asked Zach Martin nothing. And Zach Martin definitely got stuff on his resume. Huh? They didn't ask Zach Martin. They ain't bringing him in to say, hey, Zach, what you think about this? Zach been an all-pro ever since he walked in the door. If he retired now, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. First ballot. Huh? Forget Dak. Did they ask Zach Martin, who's on this team? Did they ask Tyron Smith? I'm talking about guys who got stuff on their resume. Real stuff. Real stuff. They just waiting on them 2 guys to say retire because we gonna go on measure y'all up for this yellow jacket. So y'all gonna walk on in. Y'all first ballot. Y'all, we already know. They asked them. Well, how the way y'all think? I'm going down the list. They ain't asked Zeke Elliott nothing. Zeke got a little on something on his resume now. I know y'all don't like it. I get it. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it. Huh? That Dak don't look. Yeah. See, in order to sit to that seat, because Terry brings up an interesting perspective. Let me put this up here. Thank you, Terry. Terry says Michael needs to be the one hyping the team up and talking before the game. I said that to say this. See, one thing about Ray Lewis did a whole lot of talking. But Ray Lewis did a whole lot of production. Yeah. Y'all can cry about Aaron Rodgers being a big diva and being spoiled and whatever else you may want to say about Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers give out a whole lot of production. See what I'm saying? Ray Lewis, whoever name, do you want to say something about LeBron? Okay. But one thing about LeBron, though, whole lot of production. See, Peyton Manning, whole lot of production. When I say Dak Prescott, you can't say whole lot of production. No. Cause see, and somebody gonna say, wait a minute, Bishop, he threw 37 touchdowns. He did throw 37. But when it was when the chips were at the table and the games that mattered the most, what did he do? Okay. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if the interview or what he said, if he didn't say anything, I wouldn't even be bringing up his name. But when you put yourself out there like that, then I have to look at you on those type of standards, because that's what those guys do. They kind of dictate organizations. And those guys got a mile-long list of things they've done to put them in that seat. I ain't saying he ain't gonna never get there. I'm just saying, as of right now, no. Nope. I don't care what y'all say. Nope. No. Y'all know that. No. You can't. You no. All right. I'm done talking because I see y'all mad. I know y'all. Phone line open. You see it on the thing there, Podbean. If you have something to say, you can just push that call in line. Let me go and set this up. 901-654-6853. I told you my perspective. I'm open to hearing yours. I don't mind. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. It's just my perspective. Yours may be totally different, and it does not mean that you're wrong. It just, I don't agree with it. Just like you don't agree with mine. I don't mind though. 901-654-6853. Phone line is open. I'll let you guys close out the show. If not, I'll get on down because I know y'all a little mad at me today, but it's okay. It's okay. You gotta have something on the resume to sit at that table, Doc. You do. You do. Y'all know that. You gotta have some credentials, as they like to say. You got to have some commas by your name. Dak Prescott, comma. 5-time Pro Bowler, comma. 1-time All-Pro, comma. Playoff wins, comma. Super Bowl champion, comma. MVP of the Super Bowl, comma. That's what these guys have. Look at this guy. No doubt he going to the Hall of Fame. Why? You know it, why he playing. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame if he don't get injured. He's going to the Hall of Fame because you just know something different about him. That's the kind of guy that had that kind of say. I like right now, I'm looking at Michael Parsons right now. And unless he gets hurt and God take away that speed from him, I'm looking at him right now and can tell that dude is different. We don't see guys like him, but once every 25 years or so, that guy right there is going to be a Hall of Fame player. You can see it. Your eye test you can see it. You ain't got to ask. You know. You just know it. It didn't take a rocket science to figure out that Michael Jordan was a Hall of Fame basketball player. You can see it. He's different. Those guys sit at that table. And some guys just ain't ready for that table yet. All right, the phone line is open. 901-654-6853. If you want to have a say and want to, I ain't going to even debate you. I'm just going to let you have your perspective. I'm not going to debate you. And like I said, everybody got an opinion, and opinions are just that, opinions. That's what make the podcast show go around. It's a bunch of people get on here like me and, give their opinion. Well, that's what it is. It's just an opinion. Go ahead and call in if you want. 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. If you're on Podbean, It's right there for you. You can call in. Chill. Will has slipped into the house. I already see you, man. I see you. I just saw you pop in. I caught you soon as you just reined in. I got you. But it is what it is. I'm waiting on phone line is open. If you want, you can do it. Terry said, and Terry, to go back to your comment about Michael needs to be the one doing all that. I believe I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but Dak has earned the right, at least in that area, to do that. Since everybody following him and since everybody, leans on him, they want to play for him, and he should lead the team, out and getting them hype and all that. If that's the guy, he's the guy. That's usually what the quarterback is. That's usually what the quarterback is. It is. So I think Michael is going to be that for the defense. I believe that he's going to do that for the defense, but as far as the whole team, Michael's not on Ray Lewis level quite yet. He got a few more years to go before he get on that level, because Ray was the leader of the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco couldn't say nothing. Ray got the whole team hype. Michael is on his way. He's just not quite there yet. He's on his way, though. All right. Phone line open. Y'all ain't talking, so I'm going to get off here in a minute. I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Listen, tune in with me on Monday. I'll be back on Monday at 7 o'clock right here on the Spotlight Sports Network. And right here live, wherever you're watching me from, I'll be here live again, so that you guys can come hang with me on Monday. Might do it. Okay, I got another call.
648-8680.
I don't know who this is. Let's see.
Call from Michael Evans.
Michael Evans. Let's see.
To accept, press.
All right. I got one of my guys on here who listen to me pretty much all the time. Michael Evans is on the line. Welcome, Mike, once again to the Big Time Show podcast. Come on, talk to me.
How you doing, Mr. Douglas?
Man, I'm good.
Hope I can stay on the line. I'm kind of in between Virginia and North Carolina, going through the mountains. Hopefully I can keep my cell phone single string.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't cut you off. I think a lot of people are misrepresenting what Dak really said. I mean, he didn't say that he wanted to be consulted about personnel decision. Like he's not like saying he wants to walk in and take over Will McClay's job. Now, he didn't say he wanted a seat at the table, but I think what he wants is to maybe take a look at the menu, see what's on it, and give his opinion. Now, from what I took from his comments, is that if they asked his opinion on personnel, that he would give it. I mean, it was nothing about a demand that he wanted to be consulted about any kind of personnel decision. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why people are even insinuating that's what Dak said. It was nothing to that sort. And I mean, at least my opinion. Yeah, I know what you said about his resume, but I think he should have a say in what players are brought in here or not. I mean, I think it just shows me how much he cares about this team wanting to win. That he said, hey, maybe if we bring in this guy or bring in that guy, it would help us. It would better our chances, to get to where everybody wants to get to. That's the Super Bowl. And there was one other thing, and I know you brought about T.O. You don't think that Jerry Jones went to Tony Romo or Jason Witten and asked about T.O. before he signed them? Because I know Bill Parcells didn't want him. I know there were guys in the coaching staff that didn't want, but I won't say I guarantee, but I have a very strong inkling that Romo and a guy like Jason Witten was consulted, and they at least asked their opinion about T.O. before he was brought in. So, I mean, some players have that ability, some don't, but I think Dak should at least let him give his opinion on people that want to come in here and play. I mean, that's just how I see it. But again, I think there are some guys out there in the media, and everybody knows who they are, and they're gonna blow this thing up and to make it more than it really is. I mean, Dak never said he wanted to make demands about personnel. He just said he would give his opinion if they asked him about it. And that's about what I want to say.
I got you, and I'm not gonna disagree with anything at all what you said, because as I just said before, interpretation is what make the world go round. So I ain't gonna even argue that. The only thing that I will say when you talked about T.O., we're talking about a different Jerry Jones then. Because at that particular time, Jerry Jones would make those moves and he didn't care what nobody said. That's how Charles Haley got to Dallas. That's how Deion Sanders got to Dallas. That wasn't an organizational type move. That was a Jerry Jones move. That was the T.O. way. That was the Greg Hardy move that he made. Nobody wanted Greg Hardy here except Jerry. And Jerry made that type of move, but he's not that way anymore. That's the only thing I would say about that part. I don't think there was too much consulting at all, because back then, for some of those guys I named, none of them wanted them in Dallas. And it was Jerry that said, I don't care what y'all say. I'm bringing them anyway. And that's what I think about that.
That's true.
Now, the only thing that I'm going to say, ask you is about this. When it comes to Dak, what changed? And I'm really not I'm just trying to go a little bit more in depth, I guess. What changed between the third year Dak to up to now? Like that what Dak said in the interview, he wouldn't have said that after his third year. He wouldn't have never said it, and he had the job. He wouldn't have never said that. What made him say what changed? What gave him the power to even insinuate that? Because if he certainly said that, why didn't he say it after the third year? Like, I think we ought to have this guy and this guy to make me better. I'm a third year quarterback. I'm a Rookie of the Year. I've been to 2 Pro Bowls. I won the division. We got to the playoffs, and all that kind of. He didn't say it then. Now he says it. Could it be? And I'm just asking. I'm not insinuating anything. Could it be that he's comfortable because he's making so much money now, and he think that along with that comes with power or proposed power? Does that come with that? I'm just asking. Maybe you can help me. I don't know.
Oh no, I think you're exactly right. Because remember, in his third year, he was still playing on his rookie deal, and he was still trying to prove himself. And he felt that there was no way he could go make a statement like that. But now he's got that 4-year, $160 million contract, which he made $75 million last year. And before Josh Allen signed his deal, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league. And we can debate about this about Patrick Mahomes and that 10-year, $450 million contract, whatever it was. That's a whole bunch of play, but that's a totally different argument. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a more mature Dak. I think it's a guy who, like I said before, who feels like he's got the. I would say he's got the stroke to come to go there. He wants to try to help this team win, and he's got some ideas of how maybe improve this team.
There you go.
I think he will never make. He wasn't established back in his third year.
Okay.
People will still say, "Well, hey man, maybe we should try to replace you." But he's got the money now, so maybe now he feels that he's the guy. Well, I think he's the guy. Mm-hmm. I'll ride or die with that.
Mm-hmm.
I
believe that you stumbled across the answer after you said it. It's like a light bulb went across my head. I believe you used the word he's proven. That's the word that you use. And I think that is the case, is that's the difference. He's proven now. And the reason why he's proven is because of what you paid him. So he's proved to you that he's, he's proved to the organization that he's this type of guy, because if he wasn't, you weren't going to pay him that type of money. So I think that is the answer, that he feel like he's proven he's paid his dues, which he has. He's paid his dues, and he may feel like that, hey, I know what I need to make the team better. And I hope that's what he's talking about. I hope that's what he's talking about, organization, because I do agree with you. I do agree with you 100% that when it comes to that offense, he should say something about, give me a dog at left guard. Or I don't want Amari Cooper to go. Or I want us to, I need Michael Gallup. I need us to re-sign him. I think he's earned the right to say stuff like that. And I'm hoping that's what he was insinuating. But he didn't say that. He just said organizational moves, which covers the whole ground. And again, you may be absolutely right, Mike, that and it's just, some people going to interpret it one way, some people going to interpret it the other way. And yes, the media, the Cowboy haters and the Dak haters are going to blow it up, probably out of proportion. But I agree with you. If he's talking about offense, he should say, look, Connor Williams ain't working. I need somebody. I want to at least be standing up for the next 2-3 years. I don't want to be in the hospital again. Give me a left guard. That's what I need. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't have no problem with him saying that at all.
Let's do a little comparison. Who made the most outrageous statement? Dak Prescott, what he said about he want to give his opinion about Prescott, or to what Kyler Murray said going to the Cardinals, saying that he demands them to make a trade for CeeDee Lamb. Whose comment was more outrageous?
Kyler Murray, because I'm just like what I'm saying there. Kyler Murray ain't earned the right to say nothing either. What has he done? He ain't done nothing.
No one's saying anything about that. Yeah, I saw the comment, but it's been pretty low key. But this is Dallas. I just feel this is getting blown up into something way more than it really is. If Dak has said that, let's just say Dak said, "Well, I want you to go and trade for Devontae Adams." It would be front page news everywhere.
Oh, no question. No question. You ain't got to throw the best receiver in the game. He could just been any receiver. It's Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It's Dallas. So everything's going to get blown up out of proportion. Everything's going to be said. I appreciate your perspective, Mike. I'm not even arguing. I'm not saying you are right or wrong. That's your perspective, and I respect it. I like it, actually. It makes sense. But so does mine. All right, I appreciate you, brother. We'll see. Well, hopefully you'll come back with me on Monday. I'll see you Monday if you're available.
Okay, I'm trying to get down there. With Douglas. I do want to try to get with you. I'm just dying to meet you. I'm trying to get down to it Memphis.
Oh man, if you get to Memphis, come on, man. I'll meet you up. Hey, we go get something to eat or something. No doubt about it. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See that? I like what Mike said. I like what he said. He believes that it's not what it is. That's why I told you guys at first. Interpretation is, we could all read one thing. Everybody read the same sentence. I can line up 20 people. Everybody read the one sentence, and everybody sees it's the same words, but you may get 10 to 15 different interpretations. It's almost kind of like the Bible. With the same Bible, everybody got different interpretations. So, that's how the media does it. The media puts it out there. You'll put something that President Biden will say. CNN will say, okay, yeah, all right, okay, that makes sense. Same stuff President Biden said. Fox will say, he is ridiculous. What in the world is he talking about? When President Trump was in office, Fox would say, when President Trump said something, that's right, President Trump, that's beautiful, that's right. CNN would say, this is the craziest president in the history of our country. It's interpretation. You see what I'm saying? Same thing about this little story with Dak. If folks gonna say, I know, they gonna say kind of like what I've been saying. Like he don't deserve a seat at the table now. Be quiet. You get somebody like Mr. Mike, who you just heard, who said, I don't think it's what they're portraying it to be. And he's not wrong. He's not. Me neither, though. Phone line still open. If not, I'm going to let y'all go. Phone line still open. 901-654-6853. If you're on Podbean, you can hit in on that call-in line real quick if you're still there. If you're talking Cowboy stuff, you can go ahead and pop in right there. What's up, Coach Dante? I don't know if you're still here, but yours is the last comment that I see on here. Anybody else before we go? Anybody else before we get out of here? Let's see here. Okay, I'll be with you guys on Monday, 7 o'clock. Monday night, 7 o'clock. We'll talk about possibly this a little bit more. Hopefully, it won't be no drama between now and Monday. Good Lord. Last week was enough. We'll be talking about this the whole year, how dysfunctional we are. But I'll be with you guys on Monday. If you want to contribute to the show, you see it on the ticker there, everything, Cash App, $, the Big Time Show. If you want to be a subscriber of it, it's simple, the Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech. On those things, if you're on Podbean, all you have to do is push that red bag there, the reward bag. You simply be making the decision on whether you want to subscribe to the podcast on a monthly basis. I don't ask for much. I ask for $5, and you can even make it less if you want a month. This helps, helping the podcast is not a requirement, but just for those who trust in what I'm doing or you like what I'm doing, just show support. If you, I need everybody that's on here. I've been asking you guys, some of you guys have done it. I need a favor from you that will not cost you nothing but just a little time. I need you to go to YouTube. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel up. Go to the Big Time Show. Just type in the Big Time Show. You should see my face on a couple of videos or whatever. Click that Big Time symbol and then simply subscribe to the show. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. That's what I'm asking. If you would do that for me, I would appreciate it. If you're on Facebook and you haven't joined my YouTube channel, I ask that you would do the same. Go just type out on your YouTube the Big Time Show. Find me, find my face on one of those videos that'll show up. Then click on that Big Time emblem and simply just subscribe to the page. And I guess turn on. Hey, Joe, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you so much. Joe from Italy has done it. Thank you. And to make it further, some people may not want to watch me on Facebook. You can watch on YouTube. A lot of people are like that. All you have to do is just click on that live notification bell there. So when I come on live, you'll get the notification on your phone or whatever. You can do it like that. If you're on Podbean, if you ever just want to see, me live while I do the show right now, presently Podbean, I am on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook right now. So you can see me that way. If you're listening to me now on iHeartRadio, Pandora, if you listen to this replay on Google Podcasts or whatever, and if you just want to see me when I do the show live right now, you're hearing me as from the replay of today's show. But if you ever want to see me live, go to those pages and you can check me out live. If you want Facebook, it's real simple. Go to the Big Time Show. That's all you got to do. The Big Time Show, and like the page, follow the page, turn on those notifications. As soon as I go live, you'll see it. It'll come on your phone. It's that simple. So I appreciate you guys. Nobody's else called in. We'll go ahead and get off. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening to my perspective and my thoughts concerning the drama of the Dallas Cowboys is ridiculous. That's the bottom line. It is ridiculous. The Dallas Cowboys drama, and we're starting it already. It's high drama in Dallas already. These are the Cowboy ways that I remember. These are the Cowboy ways that I remember. It's high drama in Dallas already. Oh, Blue City. What's up? Oh, Bluff City, Empire Sports. What's my reaction of Blind Flores getting hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers? Lord have mercy. Here's what I'm saying, and some of you guys ain't gonna like it. I'm glad Coach Flores, number one, was willing to accept an assistant job because he is head coach material. No doubt about that. He should be a head coach. But we all know that he was not going to get another opportunity to be a head coach. No question about that. He was not. Not after what he's accusing NFL of. He's going after owners. There's no way that an owner would hire him as a head coach. Except one. And Coach Flores, this is another whole level. I wish you would ask me that earlier, or at least I didn't see it, Blue City Empire Sports. There's a scripture that asks the question after Cain and Abel episode. Cain, God is looking for the brother that has passed away. And he asked Cain, where's your brother at? And then Cain says, am I my brother's keeper? I think that statement applies to this because it was Coach Tomlin, who hired Brian Flores. And the man already, I don't even think Coach Flores would have got on another staff as an assistant coach, because that's what I believe. I may be wrong, but I don't think too many people are going to be even bring him into their organizations, period. But it took Coach Tomlin, yes, another black coach, yes, to really probably just say, look, I got you back. Yeah. That's what I believe essentially what happened. The man wants to coach, team. The NFL owners was going to treat him like Colin Kaepernick. That he still could play, but you wouldn't give him a chance to even get in nobody door. They got together. They all said, we're not letting Colin Kaepernick in the league, period. Nobody hired. They were hiring all type of backup quarterbacks, guys that couldn't play. Colin Kaepernick was better than a whole bunch of them, and everybody know it. They wouldn't do it because they felt like he violated them, and they joined together and said, we're not going to let you in the door. I believe Brian Flores was going to get the same treatment. And kudos to Coach Flores for even, I guess you want to say, somewhat bowing down, because he is a head coach. He is. And he wants to coach in the NFL. He said it when he first got it. I'm probably going to, risk the chance of not coaching again. That's what he said. He knew it. I'm just glad that somebody had his back, and it just so happened to be Coach Mike Tomlin, another black man, yes, who said, I got you back. But this is not related, but I'm not surprised that Coach Tomlin did this because of how he was built up. And this ain't got nothing to do with football. It's just Coach Tomlin is a member of my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And we were built a certain way. And we were built to have each other's backs. So I'm not surprised at all that Coach Tomlin would do that. I'm not surprised. Am I my brother's keeper? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad Coach Flores got a chance to be in the league and coach the way, he loves it. He loves it. And Coach Tomlin and Coach Flores are going to make a dynamic duo over there with Pittsburgh. Coach Flores knows defense. Coach Tomlin knows defense. Coach Tomlin is a leader of men. Coach Flores is a leader of men. You really can't argue, the talent level that is going to be displayed on their sideline, at least coaching wise. So I didn't have no problem with it. I love it, actually, personally. And there's a lot of people, probably owners. There's a lot of coaches. There's a lot of people in the NFL that are probably upset that Coach Flores got it anywhere on the sideline. They're upset today. They are. Kudos to the Rooneys, the Pittsburgh Steelers owner. I guarantee you, if the Rooneys said, no, Coach Tomlin, we can't do that, then I don't think Coach Flores would be on the team. So they deserve credit too, because they are going to have to answer certain questions when it comes to Coach Flores, and they're willing to do that. So I give just as much credit to the Rooney family. That's the owners of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They deserve major credit, because I guarantee you, there's some owners that they ain't happy about this. They're not. But that's another whole show by itself. Blue City, I hope I answered your question. But that's another whole show by itself. That's another whole show, because it's bigger than football, if you ask me. It's bigger than football why he got hired. I really do believe that. I really do believe that in this case, I don't think it got a lot to do with X's and O's. It does in some respect, but I believe it got to do with, am I my brother's keeper? I really believe that. I believe that. I believe Mike Tomlin really felt that this man shouldn't have been done the way he's been, I don't think that he deserved to be on the sideline. He's a great coach, which he is. Mike Tomlin said, "Y'all, come on, roll with me, brother. Come on, roll with me. I got you. Come on." I think it's bigger than football. Or at least that's how I'm going to take it. Again, that's my interpretation. And I don't think Coach Tomlin would get on there and say that. But we all know Coach Tomlin is a straight up type of guy, and he'll say what's on his mind. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of said some of the things that I'm saying now about it. But the man, Coach Flores, can coach. That's number one. Let's just stick with football. He can coach. But I believe it goes a little bit beyond that. And I'm happy. As much as I hate the Steelers, I love Coach Tomlin. He halfway made me like the Steelers just a little bit. I applaud the Rooney family. I do. Because they really were the ultimate decision. I'm quite sure Coach Tomlin had to ask permission, without a doubt, to hire him, and they agreed with him. So the Rooneys really deserve the credit on it. Coach Tomlin, he's probably the one that thought of the idea, but he had to get permission. He can't write no checks for the Steelers. So the Rooney family deserves a lot of credit for this. They do. All right. That's another whole show within itself. That's another whole show within itself. And that's deep. That's a deep water type show. Because we got to get to race. We got to get to a lot of different type of stuff. We got to get to Bible, which y'all know I'm a bishop in the Lord's church. I'm a preacher by, number one, but, I don't even want to go there, rap. I'm looking at Prophet. I see you, Prophet, done slipped in here. Prophet was in here first. Prophet to the Nations was in here. So I don't know. All right. I don't know. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thankful for hanging with me. I'll see you Monday night. I will see you Monday night. Y'all come on back and hang with me if you ain't too mad at me. Y'all come on back, all right? I'll see you guys on Monday night. We're going to have some fun. We leaving now. Y'all know how we leave. For those that like hanging, you know how we groove on out of here. Go ahead and put your hands together right now. Go ahead and put the clap emojis going. Let me see you party. I'm going to keep talking to Podbean, but for those on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, until Monday night, this is, yeah, buddy. Woo! The Big Time Show. Put your hands on it. Woo! See you Monday night, 6 o'clock. This is, you already know. Woo! See you Monday, 7 o'clock.